Hey guys, OperatorDrewski here, and today we're going to be talking about the most requested thing I've ever had on my channel. Today we're going to be talking about ArmA 3 Apex. This is the new expansion for ArmA 3. This isn't just a small DLC, you know, a few weapons or quad bike, or not quad bike, go-karts or snipers here and there. It is an actual expansion. It's going to be a big add-on to the game, and it's not just a little small DLC pack. So, if you don't know what this is yet, you can go check it out on their website, or I'll describe it right now. It's pretty much a whole new terrain for ArmA 3. There's also a bit more units, some new vehicles that are not yet disclosed to us yet. But Bohemia has given us a video and a few text documents that pretty much give us clues enough to hypothesize, again, of what the expansion is going to be about. So, ArmA 3 Apex expansion has a map called Tanoa. It's a very tropical island map, lots of water and stuff like that. And let's just kind of think this. Why I said again earlier, whenever I said that they're doing this again, is because of the fact that history always repeats itself. And in ArmA 2, there were Marines in Chernarus. In ArmA 2 Operation Arrowhead, it was desert, and there were Army. There was U.S. Army. So both of them are NATO, but they're both different branches of the U.S. Military. So, what I hypothesized in April 2015 was that the new expansion's units will be Marines. And guess what? In the video that came out 6 days ago, or I don't know when it came out, it shows an MB-22, a futuristic ArmA 3 styled MB-22, which definitely points out that Marines are going to be the main thing. I mean, if the tropical island didn't, you know, you're sitting there thinking, okay, how is there not going to be new units if they're going to be wearing the MTP camo on a tropical island? No, that's not going to work. You don't wear a multicam on a tropical island. MTP isn't the same as multicam, though. But still, you don't wear a semi-arid camouflage on a tropical, very non-arid island. So, my hypothesis that I made in April 2015 was correct in that history repeats itself. When ArmA 2 went from U.S. Marines to Army, ArmA 3 is going from Army to Marines.
Seahawks and F-35Bs, a lot of Marine vehicles being used. And then in Operation Arrowhead, you see the A-10 being used a little bit more. The Little Bird, you see all the units being the U.S. Army instead of the Marines. And the OP4 is now insurgents and, you know, Al-Qaeda and Taliban and all that stuff instead of the Russians.
And so we're getting Marines for the next thing, I guarantee it. So, what does this mean? Well, we did see a also light kind of assault vehicle, almost like, it kind of reminded me of a DPV. If you don't know what that is, I'll pop a picture right now. It's a light assault vehicle used by, like, I think, what was it? Delta Force? I think Delta Force used to use them, and other branches of the U.S. Army, I don't really know. But yeah, that was a really like a Jeep-like thing. These are going to be a lot more like those, because I always had a weird unbalancing feeling between getting a quad bike or getting a hunter in ArmA 3, because hunters are so heavy, they can't go up hills that fast. But a quad bike, I always like quad bikes just because they're so fast. They can go up hills really quickly. I like that. If you get shot up in a hunter, you're going to get shot up. Yeah, you're a little bit armored, but someone's just going to pull out a rocket and shoot you just the same. So I like the quad bikes personally. But this kind of, I guess, balances the difference between a heavy armored vehicle and a light thing like a scout vehicle, like a quad bike, and we get a little like lightweight, not really armored military off-road Jeep. You know, the off-road trucks weren't really armored. They were good for off-road, you know, driving, but they just weren't military. They weren't, you know, you didn't really use them in a NATO fashion. But now we have some type of off-road unarmored vehicle that's going to be really, really quick on the ground and going to be able to move really fast, which is awesome. Additionally, I am going to brag even more that I was right about the Marines, which I'm happy about. But does that mean new weapons? I'm not really sure. You know, we've always wondered, why did they put black versions of MXs? Is, you know, the U.S. Marine branch just going to use the MXs that are black instead of the MXs that are tan? Maybe they were planning from the start to have Marines as the second expansion, therefore they had black MXs in there, because I really don't think there was a big reason other than if units are going to be camoed that way that they're going to use the black MXs. But like, I don't think of any branch in like standard ArmA 3 that there's any black MXs used. I think that's just a side gun. So, I mean, it's really interesting just to look at all this and kind of hypothesize about it. I mean, ArmA 3, it's a gigantic game, and I haven't seen any other YouTubers kind of hypothesizing or speculating about this. But I'm OperatorDrewski. I am a guy that likes ArmA, so definitely am covering it, and I'll definitely cover any updates that come up. But yeah, so we're getting a futuristic MV22, which looks awesome, and then we're also getting some Jeeps, and we're getting a different faction. Additionally, what interests me a lot is, you know, we had CSAT last time. And think of this, CSAT is the future Iranian forces in ArmA 3 lore. CSAT evolved from Iran. So, if CSAT evolved from Iran, and in Operation Arrowhead we were fighting in Afghanistan, you know, like places, you know, Takistan or Pakistan, whatever it was. So what actual, you know, OP4 are we engaging now? Because it says like war has erupted on Tanoa on one of their advertisements. So I wonder if this is a totally separate, you know, combat scenario compared to the Altis and Stratus engagements of NATO and CSAT. I wonder if CSAT is even going to be in the picture for this new, you know, unit type that they're going to have for OP4. Because this is what they did in ArmA 3, or sorry, ArmA 2 and Operation Arrowhead. They had it where there were Russians, and then there were the Takistanis, or Pakistan, I don't know what they did for ArmA 2. So, I just wonder now if they changed the units for the OP4 back then, will they do that again? You know, will it be a totally separate faction, or will it just be CSAT with some new camo or some new guns? I really hope that they make a new faction with a different theme, because I honestly think that everybody didn't really like the CSAT. I mean, ArmA 3 is a military simulator, and when you're engaging little aliens that are wearing brown, like puke-colored suits with weird space helmets, wasn't that exciting to me whenever I tried to load up a CSAT uniform. But it's definitely cool to think, you know, what if they went with a totally different faction than CSAT that nobody really likes. Like ArmA 2, for example. ArmA 2, I love the Russian faction in ArmA 2, but the Takistanis, didn't really like them, sorry. I didn't really like the weapons. I like Russian stuff a lot. So if they went with something totally different, I'd be very happy. And especially if they're going with a full-out Marine branch rather than just making a new uniform for the U.S. Army. And I guarantee it's going to be that. I guarantee they're going to make Marines right now. So that's my little speech for today. If you guys like the video, like it down below. If you guys want to go check out some more ArmA 3 content, go check out their website, arma3.com, or Bohemian Interactive forums, etc. Just Google it, find it, or I'll put it down in the description down below. And this is OperatorDrewski, and I'll see you guys next time.